Hello guys, welcome to Lorado Talk, so you get to manifest with me, Lee, and as usual I'm always sharing my manifesting tips with you guys. And today I want to really touch on the topic of misconceptions that I experienced during my manifesting journey, as I got to know more and more about this. And the first misconception really was that you are not supposed to be in touch with your human side. Like you're supposed to be forever in the state of affirmations or thinking, visualizing, and all of that. And the misconception I had regarding all those things and just affirming on the loop and visualizing the whole time and doing all those kind of things, I thought you had to do that all the time, and I thought that's what it means to just impress a subconscious mind. And it is true, you do that. But I thought that sometimes I would feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it'd be feelings. Like this whole thing, the journey of the law of assumption would make me realize, because it's more about you as an individual, it would make me realize just how much pain I have been through, stuff that I've gone through. They would come to the surface now. So as the negatives were, my subconscious was being impressed with the new story, the old has to come out, right? So I thought that if I cried, or if I had a bad day, or if I had just didn't feel like doing anything regarding the law of assumption or the law of attraction, I remember when I started, I thought that I was wasting energy, that I would not manifest, that I was affecting my journey negatively. I thought that human feelings were not allowed. And I'm getting a lot of people, even some of my clients, are like thinking that when they have a bad day, they're messing up the manifestation. When they cry, they're messing up the manifestation. That if they texted or they reacted or whatever the case may be, according to how they felt, or they had a conversation with a friend about how bad things are between you and the SB, like just being human, I thought it was wrong. I thought that doing that meant that, I have to start all over again, and that I'm not getting this and all of that. So that misconception was so dangerous to my progress, or detrimental to my progress. Not really dangerous, because I felt like I didn't know that releasing or being in touch with who I am is actually what's going to help me progress faster in my journey. Because come on guys, if you're affirming that you are feeling good about yourself, whereas you for years and years on end you have not been feeling good about yourself, what do you think is going to happen when you are saying that you feel good about yourself? Obviously the subconscious that has the old story, like the old story is going to want to have conflict against the new story and show you images of how you used to treat yourself. Suddenly that's coming up to the surface. When that comes to the surface, you start getting mental images about how unkind you were to yourself, how mean you were to yourself, and how much you didn't appreciate yourself, because now the new story says that you matter, you deserve to be loved, you're worthy of love. That really does poke some sensitive areas that maybe I didn't want to touch on. So when I found myself crying, I was like, no, this is not happening. But I'm here to let you know, guys, that listen, if you are starting this journey, or you've been doing this for long, and you realize that, I have bad days, that sometimes I get overwhelmed, sometimes I feel like this person treats me so badly, whatnot, and the way that things are between you and your SP or your manifestation, or for whatever you're manifesting for, it just feels like you're dealing with feelings of rejection and disappointment, and that's always been a thing for you. Allow yourself to release that. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel bad. You're allowed to have that off day and feel like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. This is too much for me. But guys, you know what the era is in? The era is in taking too long. So sometimes I'll be like, I'm going to give myself a day of, if I know I'm a worrier, I'm an overthinker, I'm too sensitive, I struggle with quite a lot of things, then I say, okay, I feel overwhelmed. I've been affirming and scripting and visualizing and being in this thing for quite some time, the box of the law of assumption. I just want a break. I give myself a day. I allow myself 24 hours to be negative, to vent, to worry, to be in conversation with people. Like, I give myself a day where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to be human. I'm going to be me. I'm going to just vent about how I feel about this whole thing. I give myself 24 hours to do that. But then I'm like, because remember, why am I saying I give 24 hours to myself to do that? I know that I've got 24 hours to vent, to stress, to worry, to cry, to feel whatever, to say whatever, to be negative, to be whatever. I just let it all out for 24 hours. I'm not going to let it be more than 24 hours. Why? Because I am naturally an overthinker. Old affirmation. But like, if I know that my weakness is that I overthink things and I'm too sensitive, I wouldn't want to stay there for 24 hours of the same old thoughts. Now that, and that's too familiar for me. And my subconscious is still being impressed with a new story. So I don't want to, like, mess up the process, or confuse the subconscious or whatever the case may be. So it's the state that you always return to, the story that you always return to, that manifests dominantly, that manifests. Okay, so if you in 7 days are like, 6 days I'm always affirming, and you feel overwhelmed, not that it's a must to do this. If you are a person who's struggling, guys, you are literally struggling with just like feeling like if I cried, you're messing up, you are always guilt shaming yourself and whatnot, then in the 6 days, work for 6 days, and on the 7th day you allow yourself to be whatever you want to be. Okay, if you want to vent, call a friend and vent. If you want to cry all day and whatnot, if you're still feeling those feelings, if the affirmations have not been successful in uplifting you as quickly as you thought you would, and you just feel like, I just want to like let go, at least do the 6 weeks of being very, 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 very focused on your work. And on the 7th day is the Sabbath day, the day of rest, the day for you to treat yourself. Whether you want to treat yourself to an old story or a new story, I don't know. Okay, but I want you to know that it's okay to be human. I want you to know that it's okay for you to feel things, because you are releasing things as you are. The law of assumption is meant to empower you. So obviously it's going to deal with some of the stuff. It's going to bring up some of the stuff that you have not been wanting to deal with. And I also saw that a lot of people, another misconception about manifestation, the law of assumption, is that if I focus on my self-concept, I'm going to, especially when you're manifesting for an SP, if I focus more on my self-concept, I'm not going to get my SP, because I'm focusing on me, I'm going to get what I focus on. I had that misconception. I thought that I had to always just be about what, like another human being. But we are forgetting that other people are us pushed out. So if I am not vibrating, right, at a level that is of love to myself, then I'm not going to get that from other people. People reflect who we are to ourselves. They reflect how we treat ourselves. So how you treat yourself is how other people are going to treat you. How you feel about yourself is how other people are likely to feel about you. So I didn't want to hear that. I remember just like, you know what, if somebody tells me about self-concept one more time, I'm out, because I'm supposed to focus on my SP. I'm supposed to focus on what I want. So what I want is my SP, and I want him now. So if somebody brings up self-concept, I love myself, I'm out. I didn't listen. I kept focusing on my SP and just my SP, and I made him the king of all. Put him on a pedestal, put my desires about getting my SP on a pedestal, forgot all about myself. Like with the affirmations, like in 20 affirmations, I'd have like 2 or 3 for me. 17 would be about my SP. Because I had this misconception that if I focus more on what I want, I'm likely to get it. When it comes to human beings, guys, your desires reflect who you are and how you treat yourself, okay? So don't ever think, if anything, self-concept is the most important. It's the most important, because it's the one that's going to help you that after you've manifested your SP to maintain your manifestation. Because it's how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, how you treat yourself. It determines everything, right? So if you are positive and you are in a good relationship with yourself and you feel good about yourself, you are, feeling good altogether. You feel like you're worthy of love, you value yourself, it automatically it's going to create an atmosphere where people are going to start giving you what you give yourself. So that was a serious misconception, because I still went in, I manifested my SP. Doesn't mean you won't manifest your SP. You will manifest your SP. Manifested my SP, and there was still, I spent too little time focusing on my self-concept. So even after I manifested my SP, guess what happened? My insecurities were still there. We still fought and all of that, and they led to a very negative vibe around us. So then I realized that I should have focused on my SP, on my self-concept more than my SP, because then I would have been in a better position to feel confident, to feel like I'm not going to be easily replaced. I'd fight him over my own insecurities, because I used to think that people cheat, men cheat. Even after manifesting him, I still accused him of stuff like that, guys. I still accused him of things like that. Why? Because I didn't deal with that myself. Self-concept was that I am more than enough. I've always been more than enough. I will always be good enough. I'm enough for my SP. I'm enough for myself, for anyone who can have me as a friend, as a lover, as whatever. And I didn't spend a lot of time on my self-concept, and I still manifested my SP. Doesn't mean you won't manifest your SP if you don't, affirm for self-concept. But if you find yourself that you're really, really struggling with the low self-esteem and whatnot, you can still get to a person. But then after that, it might create a very cranky foundation for the two of you. So focusing on your self-concept will not ruin your manifestation. If anything, it's going to help you to maintain your manifestation, guys. It's gonna help you so much. Okay, so it's okay to be human, and it's okay, guys, to release your emotions and all the negativity and to vent. But I always say, please limit it to one day. Also, it is okay for you to focus more on your self-concept when you are in the law of assumption journey. It won't ruin your manifestation. If anything, it's going to help you to maintain it. Those were the biggest misconceptions that people are dealing with in the law of assumption community. They think that it will chase away what they want. No, you are the most important person in the law of assumption journey that you started that journey. You are the one that's doing the affirmations. You are the one that's visualizing. You are the one that's important. Without you, there is nothing to manifest. Without you, there is no manifestation of some sort, because it only matters because you are in it. You are the creator. Without the creator, there's nothing to create. So take care of yourself. Put yourself first, and don't be too hard on yourself, and know that treat yourself with love. Approach and respond to this entire process with love and kindness to you. It comes back to you, and the world will give back what you give, what you pour into yourself. The world will see it fit to give you what you are giving yourself, to pour into you what you are pouring to yourself. Because everyone is us pushed out. So work on this person. This is more important. And be patient. Be patient, guys. This thing of rushing yourself and giving up after 1 month. I've been affirming every day for a month. Now you're giving up. Don't give up. This is what you want, right? You don't give up ever on what you want. If it means you got to do it for the rest of your life to get what you want because it brings you happiness, then do it. Why would you want to give up on possibly creating or getting everything that you desire, only for you to go back to the old story because you were too tired of, reprogramming the mind to get what you want? And all you need to do in this law of assumption journey is to reprogram your mind. And then you just want to give up on that. To do what? To go back to that life where things were just happening. Life was lifing you. Things were happening to you. And you were just sitting back there and be like, yeah, that's how life is. But deep down, that's not what you want. Refuse to give up on what you want. Refuse, guys. Refuse to give up on your desires. This is the rest of your life you're talking about. If you started today, the rest of your life depends on what you say about yourself, what you think about it. Because your life is shaped by your thoughts, whether we like it or not. Right? So I had to wake up to that and be hard on myself when I needed to be, to enforce discipline. Like I said, give yourself 24 hours to cry, to mope, to whatever, to complain about this whole, how hard this thing is and whatnot and whatnot. Give yourself 24 hours. But after 24 hours, get back on the wagon, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? Thank you for lending me your ears. I love you guys. I sound like I'm yelling, but I That's just how I speak. Love you guys so much. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And remember, if you need any mentoring, I'm here. Drop me an email, and I'll see you on the other side of consistency. Good luck and all the best. See you in the next video. Bye.